boy. I know.
Alan Davis joining us on our pregame show, DeSoto Dragons head man. And first of all, congratulations. It was a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for the Dragons. You come off that tournament championship at Central, and a field as loaded as that. That's sure something to be proud of, Coach.
Yes, I'm very proud of that, and I'm so proud I gave the kids 2 days off, and that doesn't usually happen.
Is that going to work for you?
Well, we'll see tonight, won't we?
I guess we will. You guys were down at half of that game against Farmington, and you managed to turn it around in the second half. What did you see in that second half that you really liked out of your club?
Well, I noticed some things they did a little bit different. They started blocking out a little bit better. Not much better, but a little bit. And I thought they were contesting shots. At least they got a hand up on some of the kids shooting, so they weren't giving just free shots. So that's about the only adjustment we probably made.
I felt like Jared White kind of took over when, there's a point in the game sometimes when you say the best player has to go get something right now, and I thought he did that.
Yeah, there was a point in the third quarter there where things weren't going very well, that Jared just made like 3 straight buckets in a row, and then in the fourth quarter, usually when we get in the fourth quarter, it's probably Jared White time, so and he took over.
Is it unusual or unique to play a team 4 days later like this?
This is a little bit odd, play the team over again, and we've had a good battles over the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm sure Farmington's always came up on top on those battles most of the time, but there's been some good battles, 1-point game here, 3-point game there, and it's good for both programs.
Yeah, I think what makes it even more unique is they're both so good. It was quality competition the first time around, hopefully this time around as well. Do you use that last game from just 4 days ago to learn and to do anything maybe a little bit different or put any nuances in for this one?
Well, we're not doing anything different or putting anything in new. It's too early. It's too early in the season really to start doing stuff like that and thinking. I just want my kids playing right now and reacting during the game. Really, we have no answer for what they do on defense. They're just such a good defensive team that we just have kids cutting and moving, and we just play. And until the end of the season, we'll really diagnose what to do.
I know you're thinking about Farmington right now, but, a heck of a week for you guys. So Farmington and Perryville, and you come off the Central tournament. But a team like yours, you want to challenge a team like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. We need to play these kind of teams. And, we're playing Farmington this week, Perryville next Friday. We come back to Sykeston at our place on Monday, Hazelwood Central on Wednesday. I mean, it gets better and better.
Hey, have fun. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Alan Davis joining me on our pregame. Back with more in a minute. It's right here on J98.
Walmart Supercenter in Deloge is a proud sponsor of high school sports and would like to take this opportunity to wish the best of luck to all the athletes and coaches this season. Walmart Supercenter in Deloge is very proud of all area athletes. These fine athletes have what it takes to succeed with countless hours of practice and true dedication to their sport. Once again, best of luck to all the players and coaches from Walmart Supercenter in Deloge. For all your holiday needs, save money, live better, Walmart.
Stop! Don't do it. Don't buy a pre-owned vehicle without seeing what Auto Centers Bonne Terre can do for you. Hi, I'm Jason Hale, owner, Auto Centers Bonne Terre. And because we sell our entire inventory every month, I guarantee our cost is lower, ensuring you a better price, better trade, and ultimately better payments. Come buy it right at Auto Centers Bonne Terre.
Chloe, thank you so much for joining us right here on J98, also online at mymoinfo.com. And if you'd like to watch the game, we've got it on web TV as well. We've got a 4-man team tonight. I'm Chad Speaker, Luke Mell to my right, Noah Pogue, our man behind the camera, and Jack Sadler back at the studio, engineering and operating our game and making sure everything goes smoothly back there. We'd like to thank Jefferson Regional Medical Center in Festus, our web TV sponsor, also Crown Collision. Long John Silver's Cartridge World, Olympic Steakhouse, and Walmart Supercenter. National anthem upcoming, and we'll tell you more after this.
Choosing the right lawyer can be a daunting task. John Williams and Bryce Seacrest and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law, bring over 35 years' experience to the table. They offer a wide range of legal services such as general trial, felonies, wills, bankruptcy, divorce, paternity, trust, and probate. Call 573-431-5592 or stop by the law offices of John Williams, Bryce Seacrest, and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law on Science Street next to Central High School. 431-5592.
Hi, this is Ann Java from Long John Silver's and A&W. Here to tell you about our brand new batter dipped fish bites. You get 8 fish bites, fries, and 2 hush puppies for just $3.99. Now that's what I call convenient deliciousness. Pair that with a frosted mug of made from scratch A&W root beer. Doesn't get much better than that. That's Long John Silver's and A&W, conveniently located in Farmington's Maple Valley Center.
Hi, this is Mary Lee, owner of Earth Mother Health Foods. Did you know we're the largest, most complete health food store in southeast Missouri? You know, if you're feeling tired, maybe you need to be on a good vitamin. We invite you to come into Earth Mother and get a free sample of a vitamin that you can feel the same day you take it. Now, stop by Earth Mother Health Foods. We have 3,500 square feet of products to meet your health care needs. That's at Earth Mother Health Foods, 220 East Harrison in downtown Farmington, 573-756-7852.
Terrific rendition of our national anthem. Coming up at halftime, Pat Burns will stop by, and he will give us a report from the wrestling trio that's happening just across the street over at the Civic Center. So we'll look forward to that.
House of sports down here at the Farmington High School tonight. full schedule.
This place is packed, and it's going to be loud tonight, Luke. Let's meet our starters. The DeSoto Dragons will start Colin Ferguson, a 6'10 senior. Jake Patzner is a 6'8 junior. Jared White goes 6'3, a senior. Fred Drummond is a 5'8 senior, and Sean Solomon, a 6'1 junior. The Farmington Knights will start Connor Duvall, a 6'1 senior. Mona Zarek is a 6'1 junior. Doug Warren, a 6'5 senior. Roper Garrett is a 6'3 senior, and Alex Sebastian, a 6'1 junior. Doug Warren leads the Knights in scoring at 16, rebounding at 9.7, and assists at 3 per game. He's also blocked the most shots on the team with 12. The DeSoto Dragons are led by Jared White with 23.5 points a game. He leads them in assists at nearly 5 per, and an astounding 43 steals so far this year. That's 4 steals a game. Colin Ferguson, the shot block guy, 27 of those, 11 more from Patzner. This is quite simply a formidable front line for the Dragons, Luke, and then you throw in a great slasher and shooter like Jared White and a shooter like Sean Solomon who can gun out there. It's a great team.
I tell you what, across the board, this is a really stacked, really special DeSoto high school basketball team. The school's got a lot of tradition, so this isn't anything unusual for these people to come out here and support a great team in DeSoto, and Farmington's going to have their hands full, and they got a scrappy team themselves, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
You know, Farmington probably doesn't have a Division I prospect like there are a couple on the Dragons, but Farmington is so athletic. I think they play well together, and boy, do they play hard.
We do. Farmington's got a lot of athletes. Not a real lot of flashy team, but a lot of good athletes.
All right, let's tip it up, and the 6'10 Colin Ferguson wins the tap and taps it back to his point guard, Freddie Drummond. But the ball quickly stolen away by Mona Zarek. Zarek's on the run into left hand. He double clutches, tries to lay it up on the left side, couldn't hit it. The rebound rattles around. Drummond's got it, tapped away from behind. This is going to be a foul on Farmington. DeSoto moving it right to left as Luke and I look at and describe the action to you. And Farmington left to right. Alex Sebastian with the first personal foul and the first team foul of the game, only 14 seconds in. Farmington go with the full court pressure, man-to-man style. They lob it in there to Jared White. White working on Connor DeVault. That was a pretty good running back matchup during the football season, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And now a steal by Zarek. Zarek swiped White clean. Up the floor. Lays it in with the right hand. Mona Zarek opens the scoring.
Farmington playing that aggressive, full court man-to-man pressure they started off with. Had a lot of success in that first half.
Well, Farmington was able to turn DeSoto over early in that first half in the previous meeting 4 days ago. And they've done it once again. Now Jared White banks one in off the backboard from 15 feet and then shrugs it off. He didn't mean to bank it, but he says, I'll take it. Straight on, three-pointer missed by Warren. Rebound down to Roper Garrett. And it's off of the big man Ferguson, or Patzner. It's Farmington basketball. Warren made 2 3-point shots in that first half against DeSoto in the previous meeting. He was 0 for his first 9 of the season, but he knocked those down and looked pretty good doing it. He misses one right there, and now a foul as Warren tries to drive. Whistled on Colin Ferguson.
Yeah, in that last game, Doug Warren showing off his athletic ability, the big man down low, but he's not afraid to step out and shoot it.
That's pretty smart. I think if Farmington can drive into these big men rather than trying to post them up, they'll have much greater success. Something that Brett Hale talked about. He says we can't get in deep against these guys and just go back to the basket. But now a duck under by Roper Garrett. His shot missing, and Ferguson swoops in for the rebound. Jared White throws it up the floor. He's got it to the left wing. Sean Solomon, there's your 3-point artist right there. Sullivan drives it down to the left baseline. Now to Drummond in the left wing. Lob for Ferguson. Ferguson looking to pass post to post. Throws it over the top of Patzner. Ball is deflected, and DeSoto will keep it. Dragons 11-0 on the season. Farmington 5-4. Farmington beat DeSoto last year in DeSoto's final game of the year. It was the district title game, and it was at Central. So the meeting over there at Central, a couple of those meetings won by Farmington, and 4 days ago, DeSoto won. Turnaround jumper mid-post. That one's missed by Patzner. Long rebound, and it's over to the Knights. Minute and a half gone, and it's 2-2.
Sure is. We're already seeing back and forth. Both teams a little bit sloppy right now on the court, but maybe just to chalk that up to their first game in about 4 days.
Mona Zarek, maybe a little Happy New Year celebration. Along with that, Zarek swings it to the head of the circle. That's Warren. Warren looks to drive right of the lane. Couldn't do it. Turns it loose to Zarek. Zarek hangs and fires. Hey, there's a double clutch maneuver by Zarek and the Big Z, tossing it off the window for two and a 4-2 lead for Farmington. That was nifty.
Sure was. Zarek coming out really strong right here in this first quarter.
Lob to midcourt, a steal by Alex Sebastian. Farmington basketball. Right wing Warren looks to the right corner. Nobody home there. Doug drives it over to the left wing. Just inside of the arc, that's Zarek. 16-footer wouldn't go. Monas has the first 4 points for the Knights, and Farmington leads it 4-2. 5:45 remaining in this first quarter of play. And now here's a nudge by a Farmington defender on a drive by White.
Right there, we've seen Jared White's bread and butter. He likes to penetrate and drive the lane. And if it's not there, he'll kick it off. Really good at seeing the court.
He's so good, Luke, at contorting his body, too, and sliding and shifting, and it's hard to absorb a charge on that guy.
Well, he's 6'3", and he's got that hang time. He's up there in the air forever.
Sure does. Turnaround jumper, middle of the lane. That one missed by Ferguson, but Patzner's right there, so if 6'10 doesn't get you, 6'8 does. 4-4 the score, 5.5 to go, first quarter. Swing it over to the left wing, Sebastian has it. Enters it, and that's to Roper Garrett. His turnaround jumper, hook shot, middle of the lane, just off the mark. 4-4 the score. Jared White puts it in second gear, crossing the timeline, puts on the brakes. Watched by Zarek right there, curling off to come and get the ball. Drummond entering it low. That's Patzner going to work again. Back-to-back buckets for Patzner. The last time off of a rebound. This time just off of a kick-in. And a 6-4 lead for DeSoto. Zarek on the left wing. He's outside of the arc, out of the circle. Sebastian back to Zarek. Looks for the drive. Nothing there. Picks the dribble up to Sebastian left wing. Out of the circle, Garrett. Over to the right wing, DeVault. DeVault can drill those three-pointers. 47% on the year. Now Warren measures his man. Kicks it outside. DeVault for three. Count it! Connor DeVault. 1, 2, 3. Count them all, Connor. And a 7-6 lead for Farmington.
I think Connor DeVault probably one of the best shooters on this Farmington team right now.
50% outside of the arc. Tremendous figure by him on the year. Now a drive by White. He drives, he draws, he dishes, and Colin Ferguson gets the dime on the doorstep for the little knock-in and an 8-7 lead back to DeSoto. A seesaw battle in the first quarter, and 4:28 remaining on this first quarter clock. A drive by Sebastian, kick to the right corner to Vault. Swing it to the left side. Zarek looks to enter a pass, and it's stolen by Ferguson. Tapped away by White. Jared lobs it up. Ferguson grabs it. Grabs a hold of the rim, and missed the basketball. Good transition defense by Farmington, but bad transition by the Knights as DeVault throws it off the back of Zarek. Brett Hale wanted them to call a technical for hanging on the rim, but the officials said he was hanging on it because there was traffic in the area and it was for safety. Safety's got to come first.
I don't want that big guy Colin Ferguson coming down on me, so I have to agree with that one.
Yeah, that's a good point, Luke. Not only for his safety, but everybody around. And now Patzner with the drop step reverse pivot. He's got a half a dozen and a 10-7 lead for DeSoto. A 3-point lead for the Dragons, their largest of the game. And now a foul away from the ball. And as the official comes over to the scorer's table here, he whistles this one on Patzner, his first.
Right now, the big guys for DeSoto kind of taking over the game here. Coach Hale said he really wanted to make Jared White come out and shoot, but he really needs to watch those guys down low. Big height advantage for DeSoto.
That terrific trifecta of Patzner, Ferguson, and White scoring all the points. Patzner leading the way with 6 as Roper Garrett goes to work on the right low block. A little up and under move by him, can't hit it. That's tough work by Roper Garrett. He's so strong, but at 6'3", he's going against 6'10" and 6'8" underneath, and that is some tough maneuvering for him when he gets deep in the block.
Yes, and that's the one thing I think Farmington's strength and their aggressiveness is what they got going for him against the height advantage tonight.
Jordan Ankrum, 6'3" freshman, played some deep minutes in that championship game. And here's a sophomore, Logan England. checking in as well. That's Jared White. Killer crossover. Gets to the middle of the lane. Throws a bounce pass and gets the loose ball. Then taps it off the window for two. A fortuitous bounce for the green shirts. And a 12-7 lead for DeSoto. Farmington basketball. Left wing, England's outside of the arc. England riding it to the right elbow. Kicks it outside. Seabass for three. Shot wouldn't fall. Tapped out. Who's it off of? And Jordan Ankrum not convincing enough as a freshman. It'll go over to DeSoto.
Farmington right now just needs to be a little bit more patient on their offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they got to watch getting that ball down inside, because I tell you what, Colin Ferguson and Jake Patzner right now are just tearing them up.
Evan Dunneman checks in, a 6-foot junior. You think you've seen speed so far. This guy can really wheel it. And a 12-7 lead for DeSoto. No substitutes yet for Allen Davis as Doug Warren swoops in and rips it off. Warren's got a 3-on-1 brewing. He's going to scoop it, can't score it, and a foul on White. The DeSoto fans didn't like it, and I think there's room for argument there. It was one of those block charge, bang-bang 50-50s and a tough call, Luke.
It did watch Jared White set up right underneath the basket. Looked like Doug Warren might have been a little bit out of control. He's not going to get... White, unfortunately, didn't get the call that time, and he's going to pick up his first foul.
White kind of leaned to his left. That was a tough call. Allen Davis just kind of rolled his eyes and shrugged his shoulders. He has those professorial glasses on right now, the half frames, to make him look smart over there, and he is smart. Hall of Fame coach with over 550 wins in his career. Doug Warren hit the first free throw. Second one upcoming. He can make it a one-possession game. Got it. Doug Warren, an 84% free throw shooter. This is a kid that I think could play one of any of three sports in college if he wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't see him miss. I didn't seem like I seen him miss a whole free throw that whole Christmas tournament.
Now here's Jared White slashing once again between 1, 2, 3 defenders, and then throws it down to the right low block. Ferguson finishes, and he's fouled.
Talk about great free throw shooting. This whole DeSoto team, their big guys included, could shoot free throws.
You're exactly right. Luke Ferguson is 75%, Patzner at 71%, Jared White at 76%, and those are the three guys that take most of their shots as well. Ankrum got his first foul, and just as soon as you build somebody up, that's what happens. Ferguson misses the free throw. Jared White with a backside rebound, absorbed some impact, bounced off, and then banked it in. 16-9, largest lead of the game for DeSoto. A 7-point advantage at the 2.5-minute mark of this first frame. Doug Warren takes the big man Ferguson outside, looks for a drive. Ferguson cut him off. Nice bit of defense by Ferguson right there. And now he's swinging over to England on the right high wing. Drop it down underneath. That's Ankrum. Ankrum, a floater that won't fall. And then crashing in Zarek, colliding hard with Ferguson. No call. White bounces it up ahead. And throws over to the right side there for Sean Solomon. Solomon spins and then throws it into Patzner, and Patzner got it to go. 8 points for Jake Patzner, and the DeSoto fans are feeling it. 18-9. DeSoto has doubled up Farmington. We step aside for 1 minute right here on KTJJ Farmington.
Are you tired of failing? Tired of being tired? At Parkland CrossFit, we are not just another gym. We are a training program, direction, a community, a lifestyle. Don't just start working out. Change your life and get results with Parkland CrossFit, downtown Farmington. Beginner Foundations classes are enrolling now. Check us out online at parklandcrossfit.com. Call or text at 573-518-4393. Like us on Facebook. Parkland CrossFit is located at 49 East 1st Street, downtown Farmington.
Belgrade State Bank is family-owned and has been delivering personalized service since 1906. They're your community bank. Come in now to open a new checking account and receive a free gift. You can also sign up to receive text alerts. Belgrade State Bank offers online banking and bill pay for its customers. They're conveniently located in Belgrade, Caledonia, Deloge, Farmington, Potosi, and on the web at belgradestatebank.com. Belgrade State Bank, member FDIC. 18-9, DeSoto has doubled up Farmington here at Farmington. Farmington with the basketball. Mona Zarek going to work on the right wing through the legs. Behind the back he goes. Swings it down to the right corner. Warren puts it on the ground. Ferguson's done a pretty nice job of keeping him in front. To the left wing, that's England. Back to the head of the circle, Zarek. Zarek swings it outside. That's Dunneman. Evan dribbles it down to the right corner. Looks inside. Nobody home. Now back to Zarek on along the perimeter. Zarek to the free throw line. Stolen and chopped away, but then taken back by England. England bouncing it right back between the circles to Zarek. Here's Roper Garrett, a bouncer to Warren. He's got on the left low block. Back out to Roper Garrett. Airballs it from 13 feet. And gliding into the rebound, Sean Solomon. Solomon finds White. He's at half court. White's got that killer crossover and now glides along the right baseline. Got underneath the backboard that time. Couldn't hit it, but the rebound gathered in by Ferguson. And Ferguson now has a half a dozen. It's a 20-9 ball game with 1 minute to go in this first quarter of play. Farmington led at the half when these two teams played just 4 days ago, 34-31. It's not looking like that type of game right now. The Knights with quite a bit of work to do. Doug Warren trips the trigger on a triple and left it short.
Yeah, DeSoto right now is just bringing everything at Farmington. Their big guys down front. Jared White penetrate. We haven't even seen Sean Solomon get into the mix, and we know he's got his shots coming.
Oh, and there's White once again slashing all the way to the bucket. Couldn't hit the runner, but Jake Patzner looking for a career night. He's got 10 in the first quarter and 22-9. DeSoto running away here in this first frame. Knights going to have to play better offensively and defensively if they're going to get back in this baby. Doug Warren in the right corner now swinging to the head of the circle. That's Donovan. 11 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 22-9, DeSoto on top. Looking over to the left side, that's Zarek. Zarek has it outside of the arc. Lob it in, that's Garrett. Back to England with 2. With 1, a covered up 3. He's fouled. And with 1/10 of a second remaining in this first quarter, England will get 3 shots. I thought it was a good call.
Well, I think right now what we're seeing out of DeSoto, they went to that 2-3 zone, maybe trying to counter that speed of Farmington right now. We're going to make Farmington pass the ball and beat them that way. Something, maybe a different look than what they saw Friday night.
England, a 79% free throw shooter, pops through the first. Well, Farmington needed some kind of turning point, Luke, and if you're a Knights fan, you hope that this is it. England makes the second. Jake Bennett becomes the first substitute of the game for DeSoto. Alan Davis played his first 5 the entire way in the first quarter. Worked out pretty well for him. England dips it, flips it, misses the third one, so goes 2 for 3 on the 3-point free throw try. And at the end of 1, it's DeSoto doubling up the Knights of Farmington, 22-11. All right, we'll tell you more in 1 minute right here on J98 The Boot.
Hi, this is Ann Java from Long John Silver's and A&W. Here to tell you about our brand new batter dipped fish bites. You get 8 fish bites, fries, and 2 hush puppies for just $3.99. Now that's what I call convenient deliciousness. Paired out with a frosted mug of made from scratch A&W root beer. Doesn't get much better than that. That's Long John Silver's and A&W, conveniently located in Farmington's Maple Valley Center.
There's nothing worse than finding out that your good deal wasn't so good after the fact. Sound familiar? Not with Dr. Mike at St. Francis Plaza Dental. When you choose Dr. Mike to be your dentist, any and all services are outlined and discussed with you beforehand. You'll know exactly what they recommend and exactly what it'll cost, guaranteed. You only pay what they promised. Learn more at yourgentledentist.com and see Dr. Mike today.
I'm Dr. Mike, your gentle dentist. I'm gentle with people and gentle with prices.
Three-pointer by Farmington to start the second quarter. Motus Zarek bombs home the 3. 7 points for Motus. He's had a nice first half of play offensively anyway, and 22-14 now. It's been a modest 5-0 run for the Knights, and showing a little bit of life here as this ball was passed just a little bit high, but Patzner just about got it and then tapped out by the Knights.
It'll be interesting to know what Coach Hale said to the Knights. You want to tell the kids maybe to settle down, be a little bit more patient offense, but that fast, aggressive style of play is the way Farmington is going to win any game.
Patzner just muscles his way in. Got at that left low block and just went right over the top of Garrett. Jake Patzner's got 12. And right now, Luke, the Knights don't have any answer for this guy. Here comes Roper Garrett, kick it outside. DeVault over to the right corner. Zarek drives, dishes. Beautiful pass, and Roper Garrett gets his first deuce.
Right now, Motus Zarek's doing it all for the Farmington offense. He's the one guy on this team that I kind of would say he has that ability to drive to the basket and make something happen. Yeah, he's got to really do a lot more of that if he wants to get Farmington back in this game.
Good slasher, definitely, for this Knights ball club. And Zarek gives him a little extra with a 3-point shot. His first made 3 of the year. He was 0 for 3 before that. Now there's a jumper from the left baseline. That one's missed by Sullivan, and the Knights have it back. Warren spins a 360, goes to the left hand, plays a highs off the window, and the backside rebound taken down by White. Tough shot White gliding the other way. He bounces it high, nearly lost it. Kicks to the right corner. That's Freddie Drummond. And the ball in and off of the hands of Ferguson and out of bounds. And the phrase that Brett Hale used before the last time these two met, helter-skelter. That was a bit of a helter-skelter possession for DeSoto, and that's the way the Knights want it.
Sure was. Just a little miscommunication there.
Here's Roper Garrett now. Kicks to the right corner. Evan Donovan to Zarek. Zarek slashing, but he just shuffled the feet before he drove inside. 24-16, an 8-point advantage for DeSoto. DeSoto led it by 13, 22-9. Now 1 point.
Farmington's finally tried to kind of muscle their way back into this game a little bit.
Yep. Little 5-0 shot by the Knights. Helped them out. A drive by Solomon. Kicks to the left corner. That's White. White spins a 360 about as fast as anybody. And then he's nudged off of his stride by Connor DeVault. That's the first one on Connor.
Maybe a little overplayed by Jared White there, falling backwards. And it looked like Connor just had his hand on the ball.
And now a lob. They play it to Solomon, and he puts it right over the top of Sebastian for the score. Boy, you've got guys that are 6'10", 6'8", 6'3", and 6'5" on this team, and Sean Solomon is the guy they lob it to off the inbound, Luke. He's 6'1", and now the shot from Roper Garrett is blocked, and the loose ball taken by Ferguson. The margin is 10. Lob up the floor, taken by Patzner. He tries to save it in, does to Solomon. And then they slip it over to Ferguson, who scores it. And right now the Dragons are a half a step ahead on everything they do.
They're just getting up and down the floor a lot better than Farmington right now. Farmington doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, not right now they don't. 28-16, a 12-point lead for DeSoto. A three-pointer by Warren. Missed it off the side of the iron, and you almost feel like the Knights maybe have to get hot from out there. It's hard to do anything on the inside. A steal by Warren. Warren drives it through, and he is bumped on his way in. That's the second personal on Patzner. The Knights need to do more of that. Drive into those big guys, create that contact. But Patzner of Ferguson, well, really the entire defensive effort by Dragons have just been superior.
They sure have. They've shut down Roper Garrett, who kind of did a little bit of damage in that Friday night game, and Roper just hasn't been able to get into his groove tonight. Doug Warren, he's made a couple of free throws, and we've seen him in that Friday night game make a couple of nice shots. He hasn't really seen much either.
They're right. Roper Garrett led him with 17. Warren with 16, and those two combined right now have 5. Still a ways to go, of course, but Warren with those 3 free throws now after he sunk the first one there, and the second one perfect. Boy, he's got a nice shooting touch from there.
Sure does. Nice high arch, and the fact that he's 6'4" helps.
Good backspin. Just looks good off his fingertips. So 28-18. The lead is 10 for DeSoto. To the left corner, Drummond's got it for the green-shirted Dragons. Back to the basket move, and that's Ferguson. Too much muscle, too close to the rim. Ferguson with 10, Patzner with 12, 22 points for the both of those guys. Those two have outscored Farmington on their own. Now Zarek for 3. Missed it. Great rebound. And then a reverse pivot drop step move by Connor DeVault. 5 points for Connor. That's a sweet move. 30-20. Lead back to 10 for DeSoto. And a foul. This one whistled on Zarek, his second. Quickly off the bench comes Logan England. Zarek leads this team with 7 points. And he'll have to come over to the sideline. Donovan back in. Of course, Brett Hale runs a pretty large rotation anyway. You're going to get subbed in and out for it. He wants these guys to go hard. Make it an 84-foot game. Jared White going to be guarded by a sophomore now, Logan England. So welcome to the game, Logan England. Go guard Jared White. Now a lob into Ferguson. He mishandles it and took some steps. 30-20. DeSoto leads it by 10. 4:40 remaining in the first half.
That was one of the only miscues we've seen by Colin Ferguson tonight. That kid has just been all over the place.
Haven't been many. Ferguson and Patzner have been tremendous. Throw White in the mix. So over to that left wing. Donovan now to the head of the circle to DeVault. Bouncer down to the right baseline. Ankrum worked with it right there. Whip it around the perimeter. They're running 4 out and 1 in right now. Roper Garrett, the only man inside. And that's the toughest place to be is Garrett. Boy, I thought he got away with some steps, but he ducked under and scored it, Luke. 4 points for Roper. And 30-22. The lead is 8 for DeSoto. Lob it up the floor. Solomon grabs a hold far sideline. Coming across the timeline, that's White. Pulls up right elbow and cashed it in. Jared White has 8. The lead back to 10, 32-22. Nice handles by England right there. Kick it to the left side. Three-pointer up and in by Evan Donovan. Donovan splashes home the 3, and we've got a 7-point game, 32-25. Well, Farmington's starting to fight back a little bit here. And White now crossing the timeline. He's measuring that defender, looks for the blow-by, gets to the lane, and clunked it off the side of the iron. Rebound down to the Knights. Good work by Ankrum to haul it in. Ankrum hands it off to England. England down to the right corner, and now they swing it. Just inside of that three-point arc. Ankrum misses from 18. High for the rebound, though. What a play by Connor DeVault. Connor DeVault at 6'1". Grabbed the rebound over the top of the 6'10 Ferguson, and then finished the play on him while getting fouled.
Maybe one of the biggest things there is that's the second foul on Ferguson with 3 minutes still to go in the second period.
What a play by DeVault, though. Wow, mixing it up with the beast inside, and he took it right at him. So 2 fouls apiece on Ferguson and Patson. There they come to the sideline, and Farmington gets another 3-point trip. And the Knights have made it a 4-point game, Luke, 32-28.
Really a tale of 2 different quarters here, and Farmington came out and started that full-court pressure. And
there's the press breaker. That's White. White lobs it up the floor into the hands of Jared Sapper. He throws it over the top of the rim, and the shot wouldn't fall by Bennett. Now the rebound taken by the Knights. Knights can make it a 2, maybe a 1-point game. To the right corner, England. England over to Zarek, who's back in the game. Zarek back to the head of the circle. As Roper Garrett tried to chisel his way inside, the ball tapped away by Jared White. White not only leads his team in steals, but just the deflections he gets, Luke. He's such a game changer, defensively or offensively.
One of the quickest high school basketball players I've seen in a long time.
So White now has it. He's got it on the right wing. 2:40 remaining in the first half. Slashing, kicking to the left side. Solomon, the 3-point artist, rattled it in and out. Battle for the board, won by Farmington. England on the run. England will pull it back on that left wing. Looking for that skip pass, not available. And then passes it back to the head of the circle to Donovan. Donovan swished to 3 just a few trips ago. Now to Zarek, down to the right corner. Lob it underneath, and going to work once again is Roper Garrett. He's got 6, and terrific triangle passing that time from the wing to the corner, and then into Garrett. 32-30 the score.
Yeah, both of DeSoto's big guys are out right now. Roper Garrett taking advantage of that, working against Jared Sapper there. He just handled him.
32-30 DeSoto by a deuce. DeSoto basketball. White drives that right baseline, lost it, but it's taken back in the left corner by Drummond. Freddie gets it back to the left corner. Solomon for 3. Ring it up for Sean Solomon.
Can't leave that kid wide open. He's going to make it 3 out of 5 times. 3 out of 4 times, probably.
35-30. And now a palming violation whistled against the Knights. Doug Warren checks back in. Connor DeVault checks back in. Now, Alan Davis is setting his big guys. They have 2 personal fouls apiece, Ferguson and Patzner. But on the other side of the coin, they're also getting a little bit of rest.
Yeah, especially we know how the Farmington likes to use that about an 8-man rotation there, keep their guys fresh. And a lot of these guys for DeSoto, you'll see them in there the whole game.
Jared White hasn't come out. He mops his brow with his jersey, looking for the drive. Now flips it over to Solomon. He just hit the 3, drives it, kicks it, left corner Bennett. Bennett on the left wing now, plays it in. That's to Sapper. Sapper back to the basket, flips it back out to White. Drives, stops, pops, and the 10-footer is perfect. 10 points for Jared White, and the margin swells right back to 7, 37-30 on a quick 5-0 burst by the Dragons. 3-pointer for Connor DeVault. Yes, sir! Connor DeVault has 11 points. He's got to be Farmington's player of the game so far. Connor DeVault with 11. He's surpassed his season's average of 9.5. And 37-33, it's a 4-point game. And there is the 3rd personal foul on Monas Zarek. Zarek had the hot hand before DeVault took over.
Yeah, they're going to need Monas Zarek later in this game. They like his aggressive. He's like being aggressive right now, but you got to play a little bit smarter.
The thing is, if you gamble against Whites, that's what happens. Solomon passes it into Drummond. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Coming up at the half, we will hear from Pat Burns. He'll give us a report from the wrestling triangle occurring just across the street at the Civic Center here in Farmington on One Night Drive. 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Jared White drives inside and dishes it underneath to Sapper. Sapper misses the shot and then goes over the back on the rebound try. The official comes over to to the scorer's table and says, Farmington, shoot some free throws. The foul actually went on Jake Bennett.
Well, that's one thing. Despite the height advantage, if you get into position and do the right thing, blocking out, most of the time the officials will give you that call over the back, no matter how tall that guy is.
Been a great battle. Looked like DeSoto was going to run away for a little bit, Luke, when their two bigs were in there just chewing people up. As a free throw swishes by Doug Warren. Doug doesn't have a field goal yet. He's got 5 points all at the line. 37-34. It's a one-possession game, and Warren going to try to trim the lead to 2 here. 39 seconds left. Warren steadies, fires, missed it. Battle for the rebound. Ooh, they say it's tapped off of Farmington. It looked like Sapper touched it last. Nevertheless, Warren 5 for 6 from the foul line. And Farmington looking for one more. A really good possession of defense. For DeSoto, they would love to hold this basketball and score last, you'd suppose. White in the backcourt. Behind the back. Man, that guy's got some handles, doesn't he? Over to the right wing now. Behind the back he goes once again. Double team. And trapped. But plays it over to the right corner. Stolen away by Roper Garrett. And then a foul whistled on DeSoto's Jared Sapper as he came up the floor and tried to steal it back away. So with 18 seconds left in the first half, the Knights have a chance to make it a 2 and maybe a 1-point game on some free throws.
Sapper was actually just trying to get back on that time, and it was kind of a bad pass there by Roper Garrett to England, and Sapper just got cut up the middle of it, got called for the foul.
Wrong place, wrong time, Luke. England swishes the free throw, and the sophomore 3 for 3 tonight, 80% on the year. England can try to make it a 1-point game. Does so. 37-36. DeSoto by a point with the basketball. 18-6 remaining in the first half. And now a double team in the backcourt. And we'll walk the other way. And Jared White will shoot some free throws. 76% on the year. That was the 17th foul on the Knights. The first one on Logan England.
As good of a player as Jared White is, I was kind of surprised watching him in that tournament last week. It seems like his free throw shooting was just a little bit off.
It was. He struggled a little bit. Let's see what he does here. White, the front end of the 101, and no problem.
He heard me calling him out from over here.
That's what happened when you get a great player in a close game. So it's a 2-point game now. So White back to the line, and he's got them both. Jared White with 12 points already. DeSoto has 3 in double figures. Farmington looks for the last possession. 39-36 and maybe the tie. DeVault eyes it, skies it, and he ties it! Connor DeVault! Bang, bang, bang! His third 3 of the first half. And we're tied at 39. White, at the last second, rattles it in and out. And we're all knotted up, heading to the locker room. 39-39. And DeVault bombs home the 3 to tie it up as we head toward the break. We've got your halftime show after this 90-second pause right here on J98 The Boot.
Hi, this is Mary Lee, owner of Earth Mother Health Foods. Did you know we're the largest, most complete health food store in southeast Missouri? You know, if you're feeling tired, maybe you need to be on a good vitamin. We invite you to come into Earth Mother and get a free sample of a vitamin that you can feel the same day you take it. Now, stop by Earth Mother Health Foods. We have 3,500 square feet of products to meet your health care needs. That's at Earth Mother Health Foods, 220 East Harrison in downtown Farmington. 573-756-7852.
Don't miss out on a great meal any longer. Get to the Olympic Steakhouse in Fredericktown. Whether your taste buds long for a thick, juicy, certified Angus beef steak, lemon pepper grilled chicken breast, or even seafood, with your choice of sides, your craving will be satisfied. Let the Olympic Steakhouse grill you a mouth-watering steak. That's the Olympic Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Fredericktown. They're the home of the half-price certified Angus beef steak. Olympic Steakhouse looks forward to serving you. The saying, no pain, no gain, should not be a part of your dental experience. At St. Francis Plaza Dental, they believe your gain should be no pain. Their clinic uses advanced technology, laser anesthesia, instead of the traditional needle, significantly reducing your discomfort and virtually eliminating recovery time. Their patients love it, and you will too. And if you have kids, well, they really love it. Learn more at yourgentledentist.com.
I'm Dr. Mike, your gentle dentist. I'm gentle with people and gentle with prices.
DeSoto led at one point in this game by 13 points, 22-17. 9. But Farmington comes roaring back in this one. Luke, the Knights scored 28 points in that second quarter. You don't see that very often.
Just an explosion by the Farmington Knights. We were talking about how are they going to get their offense clicking. What are they going to do? And I tell you, the answer was Connor DeVault. He made some things happen in that second quarter.
Connor averages 9.5 points a game, and the senior stuck 14 in that first half. Whew, and swished 3 3-pointers. He hit that equalizer right toward the end of the first half. All right, hey, let's talk to Pat Burns. We'll hand the headset over to him. And the Knights also wrestling tonight. The Knights are also dancing tonight. What are the Knights not doing tonight? You're dancing, you're playing basketball, and you're wrestling.
There's quite a bit of activity going on this evening here. It's been a fun night so far.
This place is packed and hopping, and what an atmosphere for basketball.
Yeah, it's exciting, and obviously with DeSoto, they're kind of our de facto rival, so to speak, over the years, being in the Christmas tournament and district tournaments. This has always turned out to be a big game every year, and the crowd tonight we've got shows that.
Yeah, sure does. I bumped into you over at the Civic Center. You were getting ready for the wrestling earlier today, and I said, hey, if you're around, come on and give us a report at the half, and it sounded like the Knights are doing really well.
Yeah, went really well. 2 district opponents in DeSoto and Cape Central coming in. And we were fortunate enough. The first match we pulled off a perfect score of 76-0. And at last check, when I was over during the Cape Central duel, we were up 55 or 56-0 when I came back over for the second quarter of basketball. So I'm sure they were well on their way to finishing it off one way or another over there.
I'm not a wrestling authority, but I'm guessing, that probably doesn't happen in a triangle a whole lot where you just completely sweep the whole thing.
Well, that's not, I wouldn't say when you go through a perfect night, that's not a normal situation. But we're fortunate enough, as you sit here and look at the wall, we've got 11 top 4 banners on the wall and 3 state championship banners. John and Mark Krause have done a tremendous job in building a wrestling program, and those guys, continue. It doesn't matter what year. There's always kids coming, it's kind of that reload thing, it seems like, and we've always got kids through the kids club and the middle school program where we're fortunate enough to know that they're going to have an opportunity to be in the top 4 in the state every year.
All right, it sounds like they're well on their way again. Thanks for coming by, Pat. We appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, you betcha. Pat Burns giving us a wrestling update, and the Farmington Knights wrestling team outstanding tonight as well. All right, we'll break down the scoring in this one, and we'll do that on the other side of this 1-minute timeout on J98, The Boot.
Contractors, Air Conditioning and Heating, Local 36 contractors say they are the indoor air specialists. They mean it. Sheet metal contractors will tailor heating and cooling systems specifically designed for your comfort. They offer many services and products that truly benefit your indoor air quality, such as air duct cleaning, electronic air cleaners, electrostatic filters, humidifiers, and more for commercial, industrial, and residential applications. Call Sheet Metal Contractors in DeSoto at 337-2150, where excellence prevails.
Hey, sports fans, this is Bill Best, your American Family Insurance agent. Everyone enjoys watching their favorite team make the big plays. We here at Bill Best Insurance are committed to making the plays for our customers. American Family Insurance has built its reputation on quality service and a broad range of products such as homeowners, auto, business, health, and life insurance. That's why we ensure an enduring commitment to personal service. Join the winning team at Bill Best Insurance, your American Family Insurance agent.
See Bill Bass, your American Family Insurance agent in Park Hills.
39-39 here at the half, and I'm Chad Speaker. Luke Mell to my right, our man behind the camera tonight, Noah Pogue. You can watch the game on J98 Web TV. Jack Sadler back at the studio engineering and operating our ball game tonight. We appreciate his good work as well, and we appreciate our sponsors as well, without which we'd not be able to bring you any of this stuff. Our Web TV sponsor, Jefferson Regional Medical Center and Crown Collision. We'd also like to thank Sheet Metal Contracting of DeSoto, Parkland CrossFit of Farmington, Earth Mother Health Foods of Farmington, Belgrade State Bank in Deloge, Farmington, Potosi, and Belgrade, American Family Insurance, Bill Best of Park Hills, St. Francis Plaza Dental of Leadington. From Park Hills, William Seacrest, attorneys at law, Bonterra Auto Centers, Park Hills Donaldson Cycles, and Captain D's of Farmington. And Luke, let's break down the scoring now. The DeSoto Dragons kind of chewing the Knights up inside. The combo of Ferguson and Patzner combining for 22. Patzner with 12, Ferguson with 10. Then you've got the slasher Jared White with 12. Sean Solomon has 5. So 4 Dragons have scored. The Knights counter that with 6 men in the scoring book. They've spread it out a little bit more, and we were talking about it. Well, what are the Knights going to have to do to try to tip the table in their favor with the Dragons scoring inside? And, we kind of commented they might have to start hitting some threes. Well, the Knights have hit 5 and only 1 for DeSoto, which is one of the reasons they really have been able to get back in this thing.
It sure has. Credit that outside shooting from Connor DeVault. And Evan Donovan hit a couple down there. They got some guys that can shoot the three-pointer. I know Alex Bastion's one. He hasn't hit one tonight, but he's totally capable of doing that. You got to keep that guy on the other side of the ball there. Sean Solomon, he can light it up from the scoreboard. Luckily, he's only got open for 1 tonight for Farmington. I tell you what, Farmington did a heck of a job climbing back in that second quarter. They did most of that damage there at the end whenever the big guys for DeSoto were out, though. So we'll see what happens in that second half here.
Connor DeVault leads the way with 14. He hit 3 of those triples. As you mentioned, Evan Donovan had a 3 as well. He's got 3. Mona Zarek hit a 3. He also had a couple of deuces, so you add that up, and he's got 7. Roper Garrett with 6. Couple of nifty moves inside. Logan England has 4. Now, Doug Warren with 5 points. It's really not a bad first half, but he only has free throws made. He's got 5 points, and he's going to have to get involved, you'd think, from the floor a little bit.
Yeah, and one thing I really like about watching Doug play basketball is he moves without the ball so well. He knows how to get it up there at the top of the key. He can rotate there on the elbows, and he's totally capable of hitting those about 15-foot shots. And he's got a nice touch. He's not really a true big man where he gets down there and does a lot of post moves, but he can move so well without the ball. He can really knock it down, those mid-range jumpers, and he's a rebounding threat. Doug Warren's going to have a pretty good half defensively and offensively to keep Farmington in this thing.
Farmington scored the final bucket of the first quarter and then put in 28 points in the second quarter, so they were down at 1 point by 13, 22-9. Since that point, they'd scored 30 points, 17 for DeSoto in a 28-17 second quarter of play. We've got your third quarter on the other side of this 1 minute pause right here on J98, The Boot.
Walmart Supercenter in Deloge is a proud sponsor of high school sports and would like to take this opportunity to wish the best of luck to all the athletes and coaches this season. Walmart Supercenter in Deloge is very proud of all area athletes. These fine athletes have what it takes to succeed with countless hours of practice and true dedication to their sport. Once again, best of luck to all the players and coaches from Walmart Supercenter in Deloge. For all your holiday needs, save money, live better, Walmart.
Choosing the right lawyer can be a daunting task. John Williams and Bryce Seacrest and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law, bring over 35 years' experience to the table. They offer a wide range of legal services such as general trial, felonies, wills, bankruptcy, divorce, paternity, trust, and probate. Call 573-431-5592 or stop by the law offices of John Williams, Bryce Seacrest, and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law on Science Street next to Central High School. 431-5592.
Quick turnover by DeSoto. Jared White walked for the basketball to start the second half of play, so Farmington's got it back and a chance to take the lead here. Knights basketball head of the circle. That's Doug Warren. Shoots it right over the top of the 6'10 Ferguson. Left it a little bit short. Rebound Solomon. Solomon fires it off to White. Jared White's on the cruise to the right wing. Looking inside, he's got Patzner calling for it. He's got Ferguson calling for it. He sends it to Solomon down to the right corner. Solomon dribbles over to the right wing and flares it over to Drummond between the circles. Drummond looking for White, and the ball tapped out of bounds by Alex Sebastian. Brett Hale constantly trying to fire his guys up over there on that Farmington sideline. Into Solomon, and then as Solomon slips a pass to Ferguson, he is chopped in the face and fouled by Roper Garrett. First one on Roper.
Yeah, I was talking to you earlier about this. Roper Garrett actually fouled out of those last 3 games in the Christmas tournament. Kind of glad to see him not in foul trouble early in this game because they're going to need him.
Colin Ferguson, 75% free throw shooter, knocks down. He's got 11 points. Here in a few weeks, Roper Garrett will be playing in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium in a Blue-Gray All-Star Classic, National All-Star game. He'll be playing linebacker. 2 free throws made by Ferguson, and the lead back to DeSoto at 41-39. 50 seconds gone. A drive by Warren. Nice job getting it underneath to Zarek, and Zarek is hammered on his way in. It's called a block shot. Nothing else.
Yeah, they're going to say Ferguson got all ball there. He kind of went up behind Zarek, and boy, Zarek hit the ground hard, but no foul. And they're just going to...
Yikes. That was some physical play.
That was a crown collision almost of the game.
A lob into Garrett. Roper finds Warren on the left wing. Spins a 360. Got by Ferguson. Couldn't hit the shot. Sent it over everything. White with a backside rebound. Jarrett strides it into the forecourt. Stops and fires from 12 feet. Wouldn't go. Patzner rebound. No. Patzner rebound. No. Backside rebound. Warren. Warren up the floor. And that's Connor DeVault. Plays it down underneath to Roper Garrett. Ball blocked out of bounds. And Farmington will have it back. Those Twin Towers are so tough in there.
Yeah, definitely a physical game tonight. The referees are definitely letting them play.
They are. So Sebastian fires it into the left corner. That's to DeVault. Drives that baseline, and a little nudge by Drummond. And they whistle that one.
No, wow.
We saw some sumo wrestling for a while with no call, and that was a little ticky-tack job. White with a great hand steals it off from Roper Garrett. Garrett steals it back, dives on the floor, but then stolen away by Drummond once again. And the foul goes against Warren, his first. There's some
so
quick
fast.
On way.
Yeah, he gets down the court. Sometimes he just doesn't have a handle on that ball. And Roper was able to snatch it back, but then Roper didn't get a handle on it.
41-39, DeSoto by 2 with the basketball. Out of the circle is Drummond. Drummond plays it underneath Ferguson. So wide open that he traveled with it. He was expecting somebody there to challenge him, Luke, and when no one was there, he just stumbled forward.
He looked back at the bench and told his coach, yeah, that one was on me.
Yeah. 41-39. Almost hard to blame a guy. You would expect somebody to be there. Mona Zarek on the right wing. Head of the circle. That's Roper Garrett. Roper flips it out to Connor DeVault. Looks for the drive. Kicks to Warren. Warren swings it to the right wing. Outside of the arc is Mona Zarek. Deep three by Zarek. And he fired it long. Battle for the rebound. And that is won by Farmington. Garrett has it. Garrett drives right into the double team of Patzner and Ferguson. That's treacherous territory in there. And now the ball's batted out of bounds, and it's back to the Knights.
I'll tell you what, Doug Warren's open up there at the top of the key. Ferguson's not really going to challenge him on the perimeter.
Now Warren drives it on him. Drive into that double team of Patzner and Ferguson. Patzner blocked the shot and grabs the loose ball. I like what Doug did there, though. You drive it into the heart of that thing. You drive it into him rather than just trying to go back to the basket and out-leap them. Try to create that contact. Three-pointer by Solomon, and he rattles it home. Sean Solomon has 8. 44-39, a 5-point advantage for DeSoto. Farmington ball to the left corner. Sebastian swings it to the right side. Zarek down to DeVault, right corner. Now to Warren, who's running the baseline. Warren tries to duck inside. Nobody there. Now Zarek drives. Shot blocked by Ferguson. Hey, these guys are just too tall to shoot over for these Knights. 44-39. DeSoto by 5 with the pumpkin. Solomon on that right wing. He just hit the 3. Dribbles it to the head of the circle now to Drummond, right wing. Drummond looks for the drive. Hands to White. White driving right side. And now a foul against Alex Sebastian. And Sebastian probably about 3 more words away from getting teched up there.
Definitely not happy with that call, but Jared White's so quick. Sometimes you just got to try and almost grab something to keep him from going straight to the basket.
It's like a vapor. You go to grab him and there's nothing there. White lobs it in. That's to Ferguson. And Ferguson shooting over the top of Garrett. Garrett gave him a little nudge, made it a little bit harder. Now Roper running the floor and can't spin it in, but the tap is up and in by Connor DeVault. Playing above the rim. This 6'1 senior. 3-point game, 44-41. DeSoto by 3. DeVault has 16, and now a turnover by DeSoto. Did you see Connor's face? It's almost as if he surprised himself with that one.
He just happened to be in the right spot at the right time, and the kid's got a vertical leap. I tell you, it's a great play there.
Warren swings it down to the left corner. Ball in the hands of Donovan there. Donovan to DeVault. Swinging to the right side. England, ball high overhead. That can't find anybody inside. There's not much that can happen in there anyway with those huge dudes in there. They lob it to Garrett. Garrett swinging it back outside England. Now it's Warren. Warren on the left elbow. Picks the dribble up, swings to England on the right wing. England driving into the left elbow, a foul away from the ball. And this one's going against Doug Warren. You saw that one?
Oh, yeah, that was a moving screen there. That was textbook moving screen. My grandma could have called that one from the 5th row back here. But, great effort. Doug Warren there. I know he's trying to do something right, but you can't be moving.
You're right. 44-41. A 3-point advantage for DeSoto. DeSoto led this thing by 13 at one point, 22-9. And Farmington managed to tie it up at 39 at the half. And some good defense by DeVault now forces Jared White into a palming violation. The difference there is Connor DeVault was completely square with him and moving with him. That was a nice piece of defensive work. DeVault now kicks it down underneath. Turnaround jumper by Roper Garrett will not go. But now the steal back away by Warren. And he saves it back into White. White goes coast to coast and lays it in. That guy is a rocket. 14 for Jared White. 46-41. 3.5 remaining in this third frame. And a terrific drive by Doug Warren that time. Drove it right at the big man. And it's Patzner whistled for his third personal.
Here we are at 3:32 left in the third period. And that's the first time Farmington's got a call driving it into the basket. The rest of the time, it'll be the big guys that blocked it away or Farmington's turned it over.
And Warren rattles the free throw in and out. He made his first 5. He's missed 2 in a row. Roper Garrett's out, and subbing in for him is Jordan Ankrum. Warren back to the line, trying to make it a 4-point game. Doug bends the knees, flips the right wrist. He's got it this time. Cuts those cords for point number 6, but Warren still does not have a field goal in the ball game. Doug leads the team on the year with 16 points per game. Patzner checks out, and there comes Jake Bennett in. So, yes, Patzner goes out at 6'8", but Bennett's still 6'5", still taller than anybody Farmington has. 46-42, a 4-point advantage for DeSoto, and there's a 3-pointer by Drummond, and he just knocked the bottom out of it. His 4th 3-point make of the year, 49-42. And DeSoto always seems to have an answer. Now a drive around the right side by Dunham, swinging back over to the left. England looks for the left baseline, cut off deftly by White. Back to Warren, head of the circle. Warren, jab step, throws up a 3, and hits the bottom of the nets. Doug Warren's first field goal of the game. Dougie's got 9 points, and we've got a 4-point game. 49-45. DeSoto with a lead on the ball. Just under 3 to play in the third. We'll tell you more in 30 seconds right here on The Boot.
Get to Captain D's in Farmington now for 6 incredible seafood meals with 2 sides and hush puppies for just $4.99 each. Featuring the new colossal southern whitefish for those with an appetite for quality seafood. It's D's biggest filet ever. Or choose their crunchy bite-sized shrimp, mouth-watering hand-breaded flounder, or try 6 pieces of coconut shrimp with marmalade dipping sauce, 15-piece butterfly shrimp, or the double dozen shrimp dinner. 6 great meals and 1 big value, just $4.99 just for you. Get to Captain D's across from the Family Center on Highway 221 in Farmington.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight on J98 or MyMoInfo.com, or if you're watching online at J98 Web TV. Appreciate you listening in or watching. 49-45. We've got a fun ball game right here in Farmington. DeSoto and Farmington. And a terrific job by Doug Warren offensively as he just hit a 3-pointer, and then a great job defensively as he just took that charge from Colin Ferguson. And now both big men with 3 personal fouls apiece, which isn't grave foul danger, but it's starting to get up there.
Yeah, it sure is. And great play defensively by Doug Warren. He's done a couple of nice things in the last 2 possessions.
2-3 zone applied by DeSoto. And at the top of this thing is the 6'10 Ferguson. You don't see that very often. Now to the left baseline. Warren slashes in and reverse layup, spins it in. Doug Warren has 11 points, and he's got 5 straight for the Knights. And in between, he took a charge. 49-47. It's a 2-point game again. 2.5 minutes remaining in this third period, and a 30-second timeout right here on Kickin' Country. J98 The Boot.
When it comes to collision repair on your vehicle, call Brad Wheaton and the team at Crown Collision Center. For 9 straight years, Crown Collision Center has been ranked 3rd in the nation in customer satisfaction at 98%. Recognized by Motor Trend magazine, they perform all collision repairs on any make and model, foreign or domestic. All done by factory-trained certified technicians, and they're 5-star rated. State-of-the-art facility, and all work carries a written lifetime warranty. Call Brad Wooten for your collision repair at Crown Collision Center. 800-996-2566.
at 47, a 2-point game. DeSoto with the lead. Farmington with a full court pressure. 2-2-1 variety on the press. DeSoto plays it into Jared White. White, the one-man press break, brings it across the timeline. He's double-teamed, steps through a double-team, continues his dribble, and then slashes all the way to the hole and scores. 16 for White. That was 1-on-5, and Jared White just won it. And now diving into the far sideline. I think Jared White made it up to the third row. He tried to tap that thing out of bounds.
On that last possession by DeSoto there, almost double-teamed by Jared White. He actually picked up his dribble, and Donovan knocked it away, and Jared was able to recover it and then take it all the way to the basket. Isn't that a great play?
Isn't that kid fun to watch play basketball?
Oh, yeah. He's fun to watch play football, too.
You're right. A lob to Roper Garrett. Roper attacks, dives inside, count the shots, and he's fouled. The whistle that time going on Jared Sapper, and Farmington, Luke, has done a nice job attacking the middle when Ferguson and Patzner have been on the bench.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of this happen at the end of the second quarter. Farmington able to tie it up. And right now, they're going back in. Their only opportunity there.
Garrett misses the free throw, but the rebound down to Warren. He misses it, but he's going back to the line. And the foul once again on Sapper. And Coach Davis says, I've seen enough. Patzner, Ferguson, you're back in.
Yeah, 31-32, checking right back in because obviously the physical big guys down low from Farmington are just overmatching.
So Warren hits the first free throw. And now we've got the title to a Van Halen album. 51-50, DeSoto leads. 2:04 remaining in the third. Warren back to the stripe, and he could knock this thing at 51. Our last tie at 39. That was at halftime. Can Doug do it? He can, and he did. Doug Warren with 13 points. He's come alive. 8 points over the last 6 minutes for Doug Warren, and it's 51-51. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. There was a point in the first half, Luke, where it looked like DeSoto was going to run away with this thing. And Farmington fought back, but now here's a slash by Solomon, and he lays it up with the left hand. 53-51. A 2-point advantage for DeSoto, and now a bad pass stolen by Drummond. Drummond in the backcourt, taken by White. White crosses the half-court stripe, slashes in, scoops it over there to Ferguson, and Ferguson rises and plays it right through the rim. He's got 14. 55-51. Every time DeSoto has an answer. Farmington's only lead has been very early on in this game. They've tied it up twice at 39 and at 51. Roper Garrett driving back past Patzner and then charges. And that was White sliding in to take that charge. Second personal on Roper Garrett.
Sure has Farmington right here, trailing by 4 again after tying it up.
Jared White readjusting his jaw after that play. It takes some courage to get in Roper Garrett's way, and White made a great play. 55-51. A 4-point advantage for DeSoto. DeSoto basketball. White in the backcourt. 75 seconds remaining in the third. White knifing past Connor DeVault. Gets deep in the paint, but then throws it away. Ball stolen by Ankrum, and he's fouled. 5 team fouls whistled on each of these teams. And this one
on Jake Patzner. That's going to be his fourth. Yeah. And he's coming out of the game.
Patzner scored 12 early points, Luke, in the first half. He was the most impressive guy on the floor. Then he got in foul trouble, and he hasn't scored since.
Looks like he was about ready to have a breakout game for DeSoto, and got in some foul trouble, and that's fortunate for Farmington because he was ready to tear him up.
4-point game, 55-51. DeSoto leads. Farmington ball. Sebastian drives. Flips over to Ankrum just inside of the arc. 18-footer wouldn't go. Ankrum has the rebound. He sticks it back in, but what's the call? Now a foul call. Whistled on Bennett, his second. And Alan Davis and the Dragon crowd take a big sigh of relief that didn't go against Ferguson because that would have been his fourth, too.
It looks like Farmington's going to already be in the bonus.
Yep.
Doug Warren's going to shoot some free throws there. They got tangled up underneath him and Bennett, and Farmington a good free throw shooting team here.
They are.
This is going to benefit them.
So Doug Warren at the line. Warren scored 16 right on his season's average 4 days ago against the Dragons. He's got 13 so far in this one. Here's the front end of a 1-on-1. And he cuts the cords for point number 14 and makes it a one-possession game again. 55-52, DeSoto leads. Garrett off the bench and in a nice couple of minutes by Jordan Ankrum. Brett Hale really likes what this freshman is doing. He's rewarded him with more minutes in the last few games. Back to the line of Warren. Warren trying to make it a 2-point game, and he can't do it. Rattles it in and out. Warren now is 8 for 11 from the line. Pretty good numbers. And now there's White slashing in. He creates the contact. He hits the bucket, and he's headed back to the free throw line. Foul on Alex Sebastian. You know, if you just flat don't get out of his way, he'll create contact, and he's strong enough to finish those plays, Luke.
He sure is. He's a strong, quick athlete. And a lot of times you'll see that in these high school players, you know, that are good at taking the ball to the basket. And then when he gets to college, he might be able to develop a little bit better of a shot, really make him a complete player.
You're right. Jared White has 19 after that 3-point play. He averages 24 a game. He poured in 26 4 days ago against the Knights.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not capable of hitting that outside shot.
Oh, you're just thinking next level.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. And now here's a slash to the right baseline. Connor DeVault cut off at the free throw line. That's Roper Garrett. And now Zarek rattles it one in and out from the left baseline. This is going to be an interesting call. They're going to call this foul by Solomon. And the reason it's interesting is that Donovan was actually behind him. And Donovan grabbed up for the rebound. Then Solomon kind of reached back. The rebound went long. You just don't see that type of call very often.
Well, if Solomon had good position, Donovan wouldn't have got that call.
You're right. Donovan rattles the free throw in and out. Front chance of a 1-on-1. Missed it. 58-52. A 6-point lead for DeSoto with the basketball. What a great crossover by Jared White. Thought he walked with it. No call. And now a blocked shot as Zarek erases that one from Sanders. 13 seconds to go. Third frame. Deep right corner. Connor DeVault from 3. Line drive shot wouldn't go. Warren grabs the rebound with 6 with 5 as he wades inside. He is hung on to and fouled.
Jared White right there just basically grabbed Doug's arms as he was going to the basket. That was a no-brainer.
He did.
Only the second foul on Jared White, though.
Almost tackled him there. Block out! 9 for 12 from the line tonight for Doug Warren, so he has made a living at the line tonight, and he puts that one in. So now he's 10 for 13, and he's got point number 15 on the night. 6.3 seconds left, and I'm telling you right now, Jared White can get down the floor in that amount of time.
He sure can, and Doug Warren at the line right now, and I said at halftime that he's going to have a big half, offensively and defensively, and he's done both.
He's had a huge third quarter. He's got 11 just in the third quarter alone. We saw Roper Garrett get 13 in the second quarter 4 days ago. So Jared White has it with 5. He's in the backcourt with 4. He slams into Connor DeVault, and Connor whistled for the foul. That's his second. 3 seconds to go in this third quarter.
This is going to give Jared White the opportunity for some free throws.
Yep.
I really don't like to see that. I like the aggressive play, but I really don't like to see giving up a foul there with so little time on the clock.
Yep. So White back to the free throw line. Farmington might have a chance at a shot before the end of the third. And White rattles it home. He's got 20 points even. And he's 4 for 4 from the stripe tonight. 59-54. DeSoto by 5. DeSoto by 6. White hit another one. He's got 21. And now Logan England at half court. Lobs one up from 3. Wouldn't go. And Farmington stares at a 6-point hole headed to the fourth quarter. DeSoto 60. Farmington 54. Your fourth quarter in 1 minute. Right here on J98 The Boot.
Tired of being tired? At Parkland CrossFit, we are not just another gym. We are a training program, direction, a community, a lifestyle. Don't just start working out. Change your life and get results with Parkland CrossFit, downtown Farmington. Beginner Foundations classes are enrolling now. Check us out online at parklandcrossfit.com. Call or text at 573-518-4393. Like us on Facebook. Parkland CrossFit is located at 49 East 1st Street, downtown Farmington.
Don't miss out on a great meal any longer. Get to the Olympic Steakhouse in Fredericktown. Whether your taste buds long for a thick, juicy, certified Angus beef steak, lemon pepper grilled chicken breast, or even seafood, with your choice of sides, your craving will be satisfied. Let the Olympic Steakhouse grill you a mouth-watering steak. That's the Olympic Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Fredericktown. They're the home of the half-price certified Angus beef steak. Olympic Steakhouse looks forward to serving you.
60-54 the score. Farmington trails, but the Knights have the basketball. And there's Doug Warren driving in and fouled. Pretty Pretty good driver for a guy 6'5".
And he looks kind of passive when he catches the ball. You're not really sure what he knows what he wants to do with it. But then all of a sudden, he makes something happen if he sits back, hits the 15-footer, or takes it to the hole.
Fouled by White. That's the third on White. And Warren puts through another free throw. He's got 17. He's got 17 points, Luke, and he's only hit 2 field goals. He has made his office at the line tonight. So Warren does it again. He's got 18. Great game for Doug Warren. He's been persistent, and 60-56 is the score. DeSoto on top. And now Jared White goes coast to coast again, switches to the right hand and finishes. Another 3-point attempt for Jared White. The kid is all right. 62-56.
That time he got around about all 5 defenders from one end of the court to the other. The last being Roper Garrett, who picked up the third foul there.
Nobody can stay in front of the guy, and if you do stay in front of him, he's such a good playmaker, he'll create contact and get to the line that way. So another average night for Jared White. Luke, 24 points. Ho-hum. 63-56, a 7-point lead. And a 3-pointer by Monos Zarek that will not fall. Long rebound taken by Warren. Warren fires it in from 10. He's got 20 points. And a timeout by Brett Hale. Half a minute gone in the fourth. 63-58, DeSoto by 5. Tell you more on the other side of this 30-second timeout right here on the boot.
Stop. Don't do it. Don't buy a pre-owned vehicle without seeing what Auto Centers Bonne Terre can do for you. Hi, I'm Jason Hale, owner, Auto Centers Bonne Terre. And because we sell our entire inventory every month, I guarantee our cost is lower, ensuring you a better price, better trade, and ultimately better payments. Come buy it right at Auto Centers Bonne Terre.
$63-58. Early on, Luke, it was Patzner and Ferguson that were chewing up Farmington. Now it's Jared White going to work. And you heard Alan Davis in the pregame show say, fourth quarter is Jared White time. He's right.
He sure is. And Jared is doing everything for DeSoto right now. And Farmington is just going to really have to get in front of him. And somebody's going to have to defensively get in front of Jared White and make him take a tougher shot than what they're giving him.
Solomon deep left corner. Pump fake on the 3. Man slides by. Launches the triple. Wouldn't go. White trying to glide in for the rebound. And lost it out of bounds. 63-58. It's DeSoto by 5. Farmington's had to play well just to keep close.
Yeah, and they got a little bit tired in the fourth quarter of that game Friday night. And their shots fell a little flat.
Zarek slashes in. Double clutches. Ball tapped out off of DeSoto. So Farmington looking for an inbound play.
So, hopefully tonight they're going to keep a little bit more stamina. Not playing 4 games in a row.
Errant pass, but it's tracked down by DeVault. DeVault driving that right baseline. Cut off. Nice defense there by Drummond. Turnaround jumper wouldn't go. Long rebound. Who's it off of? Off of Drummond from DeSoto. Farmington will have another chance. 6:52 remaining in the fourth. 63-58. 5-point advantage for DeSoto. Farmington will stretch from sideline to sideline and throw it into the backcourt to DeVault. DeVault's over to the left corner. That's Donovan with it. Donovan flips it to Roper Garrett out of the right corner. Zarek with it. Head of the circle. It's Warren. Doug looks for a drive. Cut off well. White guarding him now. And Donovan in the deep left corner. 3 in the air. Wouldn't go. Sanders has the rebound. Hand it off to White. White behind the back he goes. Once and twice. Spins into a double team. Down to the right corner. Plays to Drummond. Drummond hands it off to Sanders in the right corner. And gets it right back. Drummond drives to the free throw line. Spins back. Now fires to the left wing. Sanders, a 3-point shot. And it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Kevin Sanders averaging 2.5 points a game with a huge 3. And Alan Davis just smiles. 68-58. DeSoto on top and a quick turnover on Farmington. That's a huge shot from a guy that you didn't know you were going to get it from.
Great play off the bench for DeSoto right now. 8-point lead in this fourth quarter. Farmington can't let it get away from them if they want to have a shot.
Solomon drives down the middle of the lane, kicks to the left corner. Sanders again. Couldn't do it this time. And as Farmington grabs the rebound, that's the 4th personal on Jared White. Well, almost 6 minutes left. So 2 Dragons are in foul trouble with 4. White and Patzner. Ferguson with 3. And Alex Sebastian goes to the free throw line.
And this is a double bonus. Farmington is going to shoot 2 free throws from every foul here on out.
You're right. Sebastian hits the first, his first point. He made it a 7-point game. Going to try to trim it to 6 here. Sebastian off the back of the iron, couldn't hit it. Send the rebound down to DeSoto. So 66-59. DeSoto by 7. White in the backcourt. The left wing, Solomon. He's outside of the arc. Solomon lobs. That's to Ferguson. Ferguson spins, fires. Couldn't hit it short. Rebound taken down by Warren. And White a little bit lucky. He wasn't called for his 5th foul right there. Bouncer. Great job by Garrett. That's to England. England stepped along the baseline and hands it back over to DeSoto.
Yeah, they're going to say he traveled as he tried to pivot there. Going up against the big man, Colin Ferguson, took just an extra step.
And Alan Davis saw that could have been the 5th on Jared White as well, and he's yelling at him, don't reach, don't reach.
I think Jared White's played this entire game so far.
Yes, 66-59. White slashes through. They're going to call a block on Warren. That was a good call.
No, it was a good call there.
Yeah. Foul on Warren, his 3rd.
If Warren had been in position, though, that could have been White's 5th foul again. And that's the type of player he is. He likes to take it to the basket and go up. Usually pretty smart about going straight up.
Mm-hmm. White back to the line. Finally missed one. His first miss of the game from the free throw line. He's got 24. What a spectacular talent, this senior from DeSoto. DeSoto did not get in the state playoffs last year. Why? Well, because of the Farmington Knights.
And Farmington squad had a couple of really good seniors on there. They lost this year. Returning some pretty good seniors this year. A lot of them played football. And I kind of think that's why they were off to that slow start in December. Didn't have a lot of games scheduled. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the team didn't come around until almost after Thanksgiving.
Yep, makes sense. 67-59 the score, an 8-point lead for DeSoto. Farmington ball when we come back. 5:24 remaining in the 4th. We step aside for a half a minute right here on KTJJ Farmington.
When Sheet Metal Contractors, Air Conditioning and Heating, Local 36 contractors, say they are the indoor air specialists, they mean it. Sheet Metal Contractors will tailor heating and cooling systems specifically designed for your comfort. They offer many services and products that truly benefit your indoor air quality, such as air duct cleaning, electronic air cleaners, electrostatic filters, humidifiers, and more for commercial, industrial, and residential applications. Call Sheet Metal Contractors in DeSoto at 337-2150, where excellence prevails.
67-59, and Farmington has been able to tie this thing up twice. They tied it at 39 at halftime. They tied it at 51, with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. But DeSoto has answered every one of those rushes by the Knights. Kick it outside now. Connor DeVault with a spectacular first half. He scored 14, only 2 since the break. And now the ball tapped out of bounds off of DeSoto. 5:09 remaining in regulation. 67-59 and an 8-point lead for the Dragons. Sebastian out there to throw it in. Whips it past to DeVault in the left corner. DeVault plays it now to Roper Garrett. Turnaround jumper from 12, and he found the bottom of the net.
Nice post move by Roper there. Finally got over the big man Colin Ferguson. Haven't seen that happen too many times tonight.
Yeah. He's got to step out just a little bit more. He can't tape him deep in the block. 67-61. Jared White slashes in, kicks to the left corner. Solomon, an open 3, and rattled it in. That kid is a spot-up shooter, my friends. 13 points for Solomon, and he's got 3 triples on the night. 70-61, a 9-point advantage for the DeSoto Dragons. Connor DeVault comes right back with the answer. 19 points for Connor DeVault, and dueling threes on the floor. 70-64, the lead is back to 6. 5:24 and counting down to the 4th quarter. DeSoto in some trouble in the backcourt. Alan Davis tried to call a timeout. He thought it was going to be a 10-second violation. And then deep underneath the basket, Jared White tried to force one up. It was blocked. Farmington ball. Roper Garrett, free throw line. Doesn't want the jumper there. Bouncer underneath to Warren. Warren slips one underneath to Zarek. Wrap around reverse layup. And Mona Zarek has 9. 70-66. Farmington keeps on coming. Our 4th quarter's halfway gone. Just under 4 to play in regulation. Right wing Solomon for 3. He did it again! He did it again! Bang, 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 bang. Sean Solomon with 4 threes. 16 points for Solomon. 73-66. DeSoto leads and a quick turnover on Farmington.
That turnover, Colin Ferguson got away with one there. A push in the back to Doug on Roper Garrett. This whole gym knew it, but didn't get the call.
Sanders takes it deep underneath, and Colin Ferguson gets nudged on the left low block. That whistle going against... Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy. That one's going against Ferguson, and that's his 4th. How about this Sean Solomon kid, though? I mean, if you don't have him in a straitjacket and underwater, he's making that three-point shot.
Yeah, and I've been surprised. Farmington, I guess they're so concerned with Jared White and the 2 big guys down low. It sounds like they don't ever have a man on him, and that is some guy you got to keep covered.
Well, and White's such a great slasher that he draws that defense in when he drives, and then he kicks to the corner or the top. And now here's a drive by Warren, and a heavy traffic misses the spinner, and Ferguson has the rebound. It's a 7-point lead for DeSoto, 73-66. 3 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. An ankle-breaking crossover by White. His shot blocked by Garrett. It's out of bounds and back to the Knights. Just under 3 to play in regulation. This gym has been jumping all night long. Now Mona Zarek with it. He's got it at the top of the key. Hands to Warren. To the left corner. 3 by Sebastian. Missed it. And high for the rebound is Patzner. Patzner, White, and Ferguson with 4 fouls apiece, but only 2:40 left to play in regulation. 73-66. DeSoto leads, and a 3-pointer by Solomon in the left corner. Have mercy, Sean Solomon. 19 points for the gunner from DeSoto. 76-66. A 10-point lead for DeSoto.
I should almost take back my previous statement. Even if you put a guy on him, the kid's going to drain it.
Oh, Solomon has shot some money balls in this 4th quarter. And now here's a 3 by Warren. Warren's got 23. Farmington won't give up. 76-69. DeSoto leads by 7 points. Boy, DeSoto needed all these points because Farmington keeps on coming too. Over to the right corner, Solomon lobs it for Ferguson. Ferguson spins and fires. Shot too strong. For the backside rebound taken by Drummond. Back out to White. Slashing in. Scoops it. Fires it. Couldn't score it. But he's fouled and he'll be heading to the line. Foul goes on Sebastian, his 4th. I think as much as anything, I think what I'm most impressed with out of DeSoto is the fact that Farmington keeps coming at them. And the Dragons never blink.
They've had contributions just from everybody tonight, and that's the sign of a real complete team there. The 2 big guys doing a lot for you. Your superstar and Jared White obviously having his big night, but then the spot-up shooter and Sean Solomon just knocking them down in the 4th quarter to fight off that Farmington team.
5 threes for Solomon in this ball game and 19 points. White made the first free throw, and he's got the second one, and he's got 27 points. 78-69, a 9-point advantage for DeSoto. Warren looks for a drive, now steps back for the 18-footer. Tough shot. And the rebound ripped down by Patzner. Patzner to Ferguson, still in the backcourt. White comes free now across the timeline with a minute and a half to go. 78-69. DeSoto with the lead in the ball. And there's Jared White out near half court. Zarek watches him there. White crosses over, but Zarek rips him off. Modis driving down the floor. Switches. Scoops it. Can't hit it. Warren's shot on the follow won't fall, but he's fouled. Nice piece of defense there by Zarek. That's the 3rd foul on Solomon. DeSoto spread those fouls out, Luke. Sapper's got 3, 4 apiece for Ferguson, Patzner, and White, and 3 now on Solomon.
A real physical team, DeSoto, and they're probably just trying to keep up with the physical style of Farmington. And I guarantee you, 2 games in a row, DeSoto's ready to play somebody else.
Well, they got Perryville, and then after that, Sykeston. They've got as rugged a schedule as you'll find over this stretch. Warren made the first and missed the second. The outlet pass nearly stolen by Warren. Now it's loose, and Garrett has it. So it's an 8-point game with 1 minute left. DeSoto leads. Warren tries a 3-pointer. It's short. And then Warren manages somehow to get to the baseline and dive out of bounds to try to grab that rebound. He just stepped on the baseline, though, and DeSoto will have it back. Doug's leaving it on the floor. Farmington continues to press and pressure this team. The inbound to Patzner, hands it off to White. 50 seconds left in regulation. White crosses the timeline, plays it down to the left corner to Solomon, and now DeSoto going to run this clock here. Ball tapped away, though. Garrett's on the run. Got Zarek to his left. Tries to throw a bounce pass. Stolen by Drummond. That's terrific hustle by DeSoto to get back right there.
Robert Garrett should have just taken him to the hole there, trying to make the pass.
There's a dive by DeVault, and he tapped it out of bounds. DeSoto ball. Lob in to Patzner. Hands it off for Solomon, and he's fouled by Warren. 23 seconds left. That's the fourth foul on Doug Warren. Well, 23 seconds left, and DeSoto looks like it's going to have 2 victories against Farmington in 4 days. But look, this was fun. I mean, it's a good competition tonight.
We were wondering if we could top Friday night's game, and although Farmington never really had the lead except for in the first minute of the game, they gave DeSoto everything they wanted. DeSoto did a great job of just fighting them off all night long.
Yeah, gutsy game by DeSoto. They had their big guys in foul trouble. Solomon gets point number 20 right there. Second free throw, he's got point number 21. So 2 men with 20 or plus for DeSoto, and it's 80-70. I mean, 80 is a ton of points in a high school basketball game. Heck, 70 is. Warren launches another 3 and nearly banked it in. Battle for the rebound, won by Patzner, and foul by DeVault with 13 seconds left. That's Connor's third. Now, it did kind of look like Connor tried to tackle him there, but you got to remember that Jake Patzner is 6'8", and Connor DeVault is probably 6 foot. So if he reaches out, it's in the midsection.
And probably a little bit of frustration coming from Farmington right now. You know, these kids had a little bit of a slow start, little rough start to the season. Earned the 3 seed in the Central Christmas tournament. Came out and showed that they were still worthy of that 3 seed. Got all the way to the championship game, and has faced this undefeated DeSoto team. Like you said, second time in 4 days. Gave them everything they wanted. This Farmington team's finally coming together, and I think they're going to you're going to hear a lot about them in this conference coming up. Conference play starting up.
I think you're right. Patzner has his first second half points as he hits those free throws. And now the three-pointer by Logan England is missed. The rebound down to White. And that looks like that's going to be it. Congratulations to the DeSoto Dragons. They stay undefeated on the season at 12-0. Farmington falling to 5-5 on the year. We'll break down the points and have your post-game show coming up after this 1-minute timeout on the boot.